Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna talk about top 5 best Android phones. Starting at number 5. Microsoft Surface Duo. If productivity is paramount, then 2 screens are obviously better than 1, and right now the only dual-screen phone on the market that isn't running on outdated hardware is the Microsoft Duo 2. Bringing back the premise of the original, the Duo 2 is essentially 2 screens attached by a very well-built 360-degree hinge. While the first model had a very mediocre single-camera setup, an outdated SoC, and a small battery, the Duo 2 improves on all 3 of these areas. First, there's a proper camera now, consisting of a 12MP f/1, 7 main, 16MP ultra-wide, and a 12MP 2x telephoto zoom lens. Unfortunately, this also means the machine has a camera protrusion now, so the 2 screens cannot flip backward and stay flat as before. Surface Duo 2 on black table showing camera. Another usage I enjoy is holding the phone sideways and using the bottom screen to display a keyboard while the top screen is showing Google Docs or WhatsApp. It reminds me of old-school clamshell PDAs. The possibilities aren't quite endless but there are many of them. However, the Duo 2 still suffers from some of the software bugs that plagued the first Duo, including slow reactions to switching orientations or one screen freezing a bit while the other screen remains active. The bugs don't happen as frequently as on the original Duo, but it's still noticeable at least once or twice a day if it is your main phone. There's no sugarcoating this, the Microsoft Duo 2 is a bit rough around the edges. But still, if multitasking on a mobile device is your #1 goal, it's hard to top what this phone can do. Coming at number 4. Google Pixel 6. Okay, so the Google Pixel 6 technically isn't a stock Android, because stock Android is the bare-bones open-source Android usually seen in a few entry-level budget phones from obscure brands. Instead, the Pixel 6 runs a Google-modified version of Android 12, because it's Android exactly the way Google sees it. And in our opinion, this Pixelified experience is a far more important signifier than a stock Android. And if you want that pure Google Android experience, the Pixel 6 or 6 Pro is the phone to get. Essentially, the Pixel 6 phones will look at your home screen wallpaper and create a palette to color the system interface. Throughout the UI, there are whimsical Google touches, such as buttons of varying sizes and shapes. Other than the excellent software, you're getting an excellent phone too with the Pixel 6. You get a 6.4-inch, 1080 by 2400 OLED screen that refreshes at 90 Hz, along with arguably the best point-and-shoot main camera around, a 50MP sensor backed by Google's epic photo processing algorithms. You also get a large 4612 mAh battery and plenty of RAM to make sure the phone zips around. Add in a unique two-tone finish, and a really attractive price, and it's hard to name anything else in this spot. At number 3. Google Pixel 6 Pro. The first 3 Google Pixel phones were hands down the best still camera phones around, mostly because Google's computational photography was so far ahead of the game at the time. In the years since, other phone brands have stepped up their computational photography game. Add in the fact that Google didn't bother upgrading its camera hardware for the Pixel 4 and 5, which meant Google's phone was no longer the undisputed best camera phone around. Google has regained the crown with the Google Pixel 6 Pro, because it finally upgraded camera hardware to a 50MP Samsung GN1 sensor with a large image sensor size and fast aperture. While the Pixel 6 Pro lacks the zooming prowess of a Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, the awesome video capabilities of an iPhone 13 Pro, or even the all-around range of a Vivo X70 Pro Plus, it's the best phone for people who just want to point their phone, tap shutter button, and then get a shot they can post to social media immediately without tweaks or edits. Real-time dials to adjust the lighting in both subject and background are also huge bonuses. There's no minor shutter lag like you'd get in a Galaxy S21 Ultra, or that slightly artificial overprocessed look from a Huawei. This is a camera that just works. But there's more to a phone than just the camera, so you can rest assured that the Pixel 6 Pro offers top-tier performance in all the other bits too. The 6 7-inch, 120Hz display looks great, and because it's an LTPO panel, it has a variable refresh rate to conserve battery. All of us at XDA are also fans of the unique design of the device, particularly that striking visor and the bold colors. With 12 GB of RAM, this is the first Pixel phone that actually isn't lacking in the memory department. And then there's that Google Tensor SoC, the first such chip made by Google, a sign of things to come in the future of the smartphone space. Whether it's scrolling through Instagram or switching apps, the Pixel 6 Pro doesn't slow down. It's Google's first phone with tip-top premium hardware that can match the iPhones and Galaxy S phones of the world. Number 2 of this list. OnePlus 10 Pro. Look, we know OnePlus Oxygen OS has lost a bit of its identity over the past year, ever since OnePlus and Oppo finally admitted to being the same company, and Oxygen OS began looking more and more like Oppo's Color OS. But hey, race the thing, Color OS is good, and this color version of Oxygen OS running in the OnePlus 10 Pro is still one of the zippiest and smoothest software around. Every Android flagship offers a 120Hz refresh rate these days, but Oxygen OS animations just zip around noticeably faster and smoother than, say, Samsung's One UI, which sees dropped frames from time to time. Google's Pixel UI has pretty smooth animations, and a case can be made for that software taking this spot, but Oxygen OS is just a bit more customizable, with a better always-on display and more useful shortcut gestures. The OnePlus 10 Pro itself is a fine phone too, running on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, with a visually striking design, and a very good Hasselblad camera system headlined by a 48MP f/1. OnePlus camera app is still arguably the best in Android, one of the few Android camera apps that can actually switch between lenses without the herky-jerky animations that you'd see when doing the same action in a Samsung or Sony phone. The OnePlus 10 Pro is still a very, very fast phone all around, from the camera app all the way to charging speeds. The OnePlus 9 Pro ships with an 80W fast charging brick that can top up the phone from 0 to 100% in around 27 minutes, and the phone also supports wireless charging up to 50W, which can pump the phone from empty to full battery in 43 minutes. You will need the official OnePlus wireless charger to get those speeds, however. And number 1. Google Pixel 6. This category is tricky because the phone that tops this list isn't usually the best phone per se in terms of having all the most premium features. But it's the best phone for most people, the phone regular consumers should consider first because of the combination of performance, features, and value for money. And starting at $599, the newly released Google Pixel 6 takes this category by a landslide. Despite costing almost half of the typical flagship phone, there are several key flagship features in the Pixel 6, including Google's first ever self-developed SoC, Tensor, a new 50MP camera that, when paired with Google's camera software prowess, makes for arguably the best main camera around. You also get a relatively large 4614 mAh battery, a 6. But let's get back to that camera. The Pixel's cameras have been the best or among the best cameras in the industry for years, despite the fact that the camera hardware in the last couple of Pixels were getting long in the tooth. This is because Google's awesome computational photography leverages the company's all-knowing AI and machine learning smarts. Now that the Pixel 6 has camera hardware that's actually up to 2022 standards, the result is an absolutely stunning camera experience. This is a phone that you can point and shoot and get a great shot almost every time. The ultra-wide camera, however, doesn't fare as well. It's fine in a vacuum, just not at the jaw-dropping standards of the main camera. All that, and we haven't even talked about another major Pixel selling point. This is a pure Google phone, so you can expect to get exclusive Android Pixel features and the fastest software updates too. And with Android 12 getting one of the biggest visual overhauls in years, now is the best time to have first dibs on all things Android 12. Simply put, the Pixel 6 is the best overall value on this list and the best phone for most people. Check out this video description for latest price and more information. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and hit the like button.